Good morning. I'm back on my plot today. It's another nice day in Edinburgh, which is surprising given the time of year. So I have taken the chance to come down onto the plot, and I'm going to show you. I bought some pallet collars. So I've bought them just as a temporary stopgap until my husband builds proper raised beds for me, but they're really fabulous. And B&Q are selling them just now, I think, for $34.99, and I managed to pick these up from a company maybe about 20 miles away from my house for £2 each. So I bought 8 of them for £16. So I am going to dig them into the ground, hopefully some of them anyway today, and plant out some of my seeds. So I'm delighted to get cracking with that. I'm also going to put my potatoes in and anything else that needs done on the plot. So I will see you there. So here we are on my plot today, and these are the pallet collars that I picked up, which are perfect. They're heat treated, not chemically treated, so they're perfect for the allotment. I will sand off the blue marks that are on it, but this is the area here that I'm planning to pop them in. But before I start, I thought I'll just go and get myself a little coffee, get myself psyched up for digging in the ground. So I'm just looking back here. That's plots, that's our allotment plots there. So quick hop, skip and jump over to the coffee shop and picked up coffee and some ginger cake. And my name is not Doll, but I did order a decaf oat milk latte, so I was laughing that my name appeared to be Doll. Anyway, here I am having a little seat here and using my compost as a temporary table. So this is the bit here, the area at the front here, that I'm going to address with the pallet collars, and I am hoping to put salad crops in there, not really sure, with some carrots, some beetroot, lettuce leaves. So I'm just trying to work out a combination here of how best to pop them in. So as I say, I've got 8 of them, and I think this is probably the best way because I have a path on the on either side. Actually, I can create a path in the middle of the field here, and I'm laughing at myself here. It looks like smoke is coming out of my backside. One of my plot neighbours is obviously burning some garden matter, and the angle there is a bit hilarious. Anyway, I'm digging out the mud so that I can sink the pallet collar in, because my plot here is on a slope, so I want them to go up in a gradual ascent. So I'm digging the 2 at the front there in slightly deeper, and then it will grow up gradually, so there'll be less dug in as I go up. But I'm telling you, digging in a pallet collar is quite a big job. I just could not get it level and just could not get it deep enough. So after a lot of toing and froing, I've managed to get that one in. So one pallet took me a lot longer than I anticipated there. So I'm putting in a bag of organic peat-free compost, which I purchased in Homebase. So I'm thinking a bag per pallet will be enough just to give it some nice growing matter. So I'm digging it in here and loving my work here. So here's the finished article. It did take me probably about an hour to get that one pallet in, but anyway, it's in and it's done. And I then realised that I forgot to bring my carrot seeds with me, which is what I was planning to plant in there, but never mind, I can do that another day. So this is some rhubarb, which I discovered just lying like this out of the ground at the side of my shed. And so I'm thinking the previous plot holder has dug it out, maybe thinking that she'll take it home with her and plant it, and has forgotten it. But anyway, it's there and I don't want it to die, so I've put it back in the ground here, and you can see it's in an area that I'm not touching just now. So I've just shoved it in the corner there beside my onions, which are on the left there. And then this is the beetroot rhubarb that I bought last week as a plant from Homebase. So hopefully I'll be able to harvest some rhubarb this year from the one that I've just discovered. So I didn't have any plant labels with me when I put my onions in last time, so I've just created some plant labels, and so I know which ones are my red onions and which ones are my white onions. And I put them in the wrong way. I have flipped them over so I can actually read what I wrote. So that's where my onions are, and then just around the corner here is that rhubarb that I just discovered. So I'm hoping that I will get a crop of that this year, because I absolutely love rhubarb and it's so expensive in the supermarket. So anyway, I'm back a couple of days later. I didn't get my potatoes in that day, so I'm back here really to put my potatoes in. So they've been chitting here inside my shed. The ones at the bottom of the box are those ones there are supermarket bought potatoes, and they seem to be chitting better than the seed potatoes I actually bought. So I've got main crop are Desiree, and my first earlies are Charlottes. So anyway, I'm going to whack them in the ground and see how they go. Got my dibber to hand there. And I'm going to use the method of dibbing down quite deep and putting the potato seeds in there, with the view that I'm not going to have to earth them up too much. I probably will have to at some stage, but I really want to just kind of put them in and forget about them, if I'm being honest, because I've got so much to do on the rest of the plot. So green beans are coming along nicely. That's my strawberry bed. There's a few random plants and weeds popping through, so I'll be keeping an eye on that and getting them all pulled out. That's an empty bed. There's my rhubarb. I've protected it with this collar to keep the birds and other little furry friends away from it. That's where I've planted my onions, red and white, and then there's the rhubarb, which you can see only a couple of days later is starting to look even more healthy than it was when I found it out of the ground there. So here's where I'm popping my potatoes. I'm going to plant 10 seeds of Desiree and 10 potato seeds of Charlotte. So I've laid them out here to get my spacing correct and to get my rows lined up. And then I'm just going to dip them into the ground. The ground here is really quite clayey, so it's quite a struggle to even get the dibber down. But anyway, I've managed. I've got my coat back on here because the weather is starting to turn, but I'm getting them into the ground here, which is the main thing. So here we go, all down, all done, all dibbed in, all filled in. And I have raked over the top of it, and all I need to do now is just water them in. So I have my watering can to hand. So I'm back on these raised beds because I'm determined to get these all in so I can start planting out. So there's the one that I did the other day. So it's looking fine. The soil has all dried out because it's been lovely weather. These are the ones I still have to address, but the one on the right hand side here is the one that I'm going to pop in today. So trying to get it level with the one that was already in was quite a job, and you can see it's not actually that level, but anyway, it's as good as I'm going to get it. So all I need to do now is add in a bag of organic peat-free compost. And this stuff is hideous. I did buy about 10 bags of it, I think, from Homebase, and it absolutely stinks to high heaven of manure. And so anyway, it's absolutely perfect for the allotment plot, but it stinks, and your hands and everything after touching it are just disgusting. So here I should be wearing gloves, and I know I should be wearing gloves because I've touched this stuff before and know how horrible it is. And so anyway, I'm not, and I'm tipping it in here. So I am thinking 1 bag per pallet collar will be enough, but actually there's a bit too much in this one, so I popped some off into the other bed as well. So I might, with the rest of the beds, get away with 2 bags per 3 collars. So I'll see how I go. So I really don't want to buy too much more of this stuff because it is really disgusting. So yeah, lovely getting all under my nails there, all on my hands. But actually there's nothing better than having your hands in the mud, is there? And then I've added some to this other raised bed here. This one here I'm touching just now, I'm going to pop my carrots into that one. So there we go, and touching my hair with the manure on my hands. Loving it. That's it done. That's it all done. So here are the two beds. So carrots on the left and possibly beetroot, I think, on the right. I'm yet to pop the seeds in, but I will do in the next little while. So that's all I've done for today, and I'm now sitting down. I brought a flask of tea with me today, so I'm having a little cup of tea, a very little cup of tea. When you see the size of the cup, it's minuscule. But anyway, thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and you can like and comment. I'll answer all comments. And thanks very much for everyone who has subscribed so far. I'm absolutely over the moon. And so until next time, bye now.